Okay, so I've had some people curious about the IK constraints in Blender, the Blender plugin, where you take a rig out of Studio, Roblox Studio, and import it into Blender. I'm gonna remove these real quick, but basically I'm gonna be teaching you how to make them a little bit more logical. Because when you first create them, they really don't bend like a bone should. So, fix, fairly easy, repetitive and annoying, but it's easy. Not in that one. In the bone tab here, bone properties tab, just minimize that for now. In inverse kinematics, right here, you want to lock this one and this one, the Y and Z, and then click limit X. You will see a circle. That is your limit. So now, its limit is that circle if it were to bend. Now, here's the thing. We are having the same issue we are having as with the knees. It is now the arm won't bend at all. So for the arms, it is R, X, and then 2 causes them to bend. The legs are kind of the exact same. R, X, negative, 2. And now you have a bending knee. But as you can see, now the arm actually bends in and out. This will work 100% of the time if you want it to. The only thing that I do suggest is typically setting this to about 120, I think I have it typically at. This is a value you can easily tweak. It just basically means that this bone right here will go no higher than this point. It'll stop there. So let's try -110. There you go. So that way it looks a little bit better. I'll just quickly hide the bones. So that way it's like, it doesn't completely fold in on itself. But, and then for the legs, like I showed, it's the exact same thing. Now the problem is, yes, these ones will just bend into themselves. That is something that is fixable. Lock the X, or the Y and Z, and then you change this value, yes. I would set it to about here. Sorry, my cat decided to say her hellos too. And then now the knee won't bend. Actually, I'm moving the wrong value. This needs to be fully a -180. This is the one that you want to tweak. Bring it down to like 140. 140. Thank you. So that way at least now the leg doesn't just bend in on itself. But that is how you get that to work a bit more logically. Now, it's carbon copy for both sides, just limit X. We did about -110. Okay, well, I'll just copy the value, paste it there. Did 40 pause. Limit, except not the X. And then also rotate X. -2. That way it forces the bone to be rotated. So that way it can bend. There you go. Now, the easiest and quickest way to know if your bone will bend is there's actually a bend in it. So you see how it's very slightly different than the one behind it? Now, if you rotate it, you can see that there's a point where it just like snaps into place. You can do that, or you can just do R, X, and then just 2. If I can press 2. Oh, on the knees though, it's -2 because it has to go forward. For some reason, that's just how it is, but. So just remember, take the bone, hit R, X. On the arms, you do just 2, so +2. On the knees, it is R, X, negative. So hit the minus key, 2, and that will fix those. And then you have IK that makes more sense. So yeah, R, X, 2, arm that makes sense.